Hi and welcome to my website. In this video, I'm going to show you how to find an area that will trigger a double land transfer tax and which area will not trigger a double land transfer tax. You are probably looking for a house right now or a property in Toronto and you're not familiar and you're wondering which area can I buy a property that will not trigger a double land transfer tax. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to find that. If you go to my website, which is www.alexmacale.ca, it will land on my website and under the menu. If you go to the buying section, I put everything in here. Everything that you're gonna need whenever you want to buy a property, all the tools that you're gonna need. So if you come here, go to Trab Maps and Instructions, and you obviously can watch this video here if you like, which is the one I'm talking to right now. And if you click on the link here, it will open up a map. So a map here, as you can see the Toronto here. If you click on municipalities and communities, it will start to show you guys a grid. For example, if you are looking for a specific property in a location, put in your stationary point, which, let's say, for example, I am looking for a property in this area here. Let's say 1825 Markham Road in Toronto. This could be a stationary point of your work or where you want to be, a school for your children. Whatever it is, type it in here and click on search, and it will tell you which community you are in. So if you're zoom in, you could obviously zoom out. And as you can see, the address that I put in belongs to 11. So as you see here, the Toronto comprised of different communities from East, E, Central, C, W, West. So the 1825 Markham Road example belongs to the community of Malvern, and it's under 11. So just to let you know that each community will dictate a different price point. So a price point in Malvern will be different on the Rouge. So if you're looking for property, don't be surprised if you see a house that is sitting next to this grid line here that have two different price points, because community will always dictate your price point. If you're looking for entry level home, if you're not familiar in Toronto and you are looking for an entry level, you're gonna find it here in 11. So this is where your entry level home will be. Okay. So if you go in this grid line here, so the grid line of east, the borderline is Port Union, and it will turn to Pickering. So if you buy a house in Pickering, it will only gonna trigger one land transfer tax. On the north side, the boundary is Steeles. So on the north side of Steeles, the other side of the road, the house could be sitting just the opposite side of this road here on the Steeles, on the opposite side, north side, and it will have a different price point. So that will become Markham or Vaughan, and that will trigger one land transfer tax. On the west side, this will be Kipling, and it will also trigger one land transfer tax. It will turn into Brampton or Mississauga. So keep in mind that if you are inside this quadrant of Toronto, the Greater Toronto area, it will trigger a double land transfer tax. Now, if you want to look for, let's just say, for example, you want to find out what the difference is between land transfer tax, how much it will cost in Pickering or outside Toronto, you could also find that on my website by going to, same thing, go to my website, www.alexmacale.ca, and go to the menu again, go to buying side, calculators, and you can search. It will give you all the calculators that you need to buy a house. For example, the land transfer tax is here, and you can give yourself an example. Let's say for $800,000, how much it will cost me in Toronto. So a land transfer tax in Toronto will be $24,950 if you are not a first-time home buyer. So if you're a first-time home buyer, it will give you a rebate of $8,475, which dropped to $16,475. So remember, in Toronto, you will have provincial and municipal land transfer tax. Now, if I change this to Durham, so anywhere from Pickering to Northside, to Markham, anywhere outside Toronto, let's say Durham, as you can see, the price, the land transfer tax will change. So for Durham, let's say Pickering, Ontario, as you can see, the land transfer tax will drop to, at 800,000, will drop to 8,475. Why? Because you will save the municipal land transfer tax. So that's the advantages of you going to buy a house outside Toronto. It will save you the municipal land transfer tax. And if you're not a first-time home buyer, you obviously have to pay 12,475. Okay, so that's how you find out what it will cost you to buy a house in Toronto, by knowing which properties are you going to buy if you buy inside Toronto here, and if you're going to buy outside Toronto. So keep in mind that the more central you are in Toronto, the downtown core is here in the central, most higher prices are concentrated here in this area here. Okay, so just because you're on the east side, if you're not familiar with Toronto, it's very accessible from east side to the west side to go in the downtown core, because there's a lot of transportation that would come to the east and going to west. So there's a subway line that takes you from Kipling, from here to Kipling to a Kennedy Station, which is on the Scarborough side, and also on the Shepherd line. There's a Shepherd subway line, and there's also a north side and a south side. So which you could probably see that on the TTC's website. Okay, so if you're not familiar with Toronto, it's very easy. And just because you see a property on the east side that the distance is within half an hour, it's not that far, because you have the transportation and everything's accessible in Toronto. I hope this helps, and if you have any more questions, feel free to give us a call or book an appointment with us at www.alexmacale.ca.